Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play SaGa 2, Goddess of Destiny. Father warned me that there would be something dangerous guarding the final relic, and it seems that here in the bottom of the final dungeon, I've found it. So with that last relic on the line, let's fight. So this enemy we've got here, it's called the Death Machine. I think it was just called the War Mech in the original game. This is going to be one of the last bosses of the game, so it's bound to be a challenging one. Let's start out here with the, let's give it the old Psycho Blast. We'll give a triple lunge from Zenith down to just 3 uses, so surely quite powerful. And we have a Magnum with Natsmer here. We have the Excalibur that we just obtained last time around with Virtue. And Father can give it the old Father's Whip, and if he's fast enough, maybe he'll be able to cancel out the Death Machine's turn. Let's see if that works. Nope, it's immune to the effects of the Whip, which is pretty predictable, really, but it was worth a try. Alright, so that thing has an all-targeting attack, but unlike the one that Odin's birds had, it's not enough to kill my entire party, so it seems that we're starting out on a little bit better footing than we did in that particular boss battle. Still, I'm pretty worried about that. Makes me wonder if I should just be preemptively using the Staff of Healing on the assumption that it uses that attack, because I don't have the chance to heal before it has the opportunity to do it again, so if he decides to use that laser again, most of my characters are just going to be going down. Probably shouldn't have used the whip there, but still deals 600 damage all on its own, and ooh, this thing's got nukes. Oh man, look out everyone. Yeah, so that's even more powerful than his laser. So knowing that this thing has multiple all-targeting attacks, yeah, the preemptive healing sounds like a pretty good strategy. Gonna continue hacking away with the Excalibur here on Virtue's turn. Let's see, what else does Father have? He has healing things of his own, which is something I should keep in mind. He and Elodie can both contribute to that particular effort. And since I know that Father's actually faster than the thing, yeah, I definitely need to keep healing in mind, since it seems like Father's actually the person best equipped to do healing in this battle. But for now, he's just going to fire away with that Magnum, which is apparently not the best thing, because it dealt only like a 1/9 of the damage that the whip dealt. So even though the enemy is immune to the stunning effect of my whip, it seems that that's still the best weapon that Father has. Another Death Laser is going to finish things out, and that's game over. So without Odin's help, I'm going to have to do a reset and try it again. And we're back with a little bit more information about our opponent this time. I think I am going to go with that strategy of using the Staff of Healing with Elodie. Having a fewer characters attack means that we'll have fewer links, but having Father on the offense seems a lot better than having Elodie on the offense, quite honestly. We'll use the triple lunge, the Magnum, the Excalibur, and the Father's Whip as I was last time. Only difference to my strategy, I guess, the inclusion of that Staff of Healing. And it uses the Death Laser, so I'm quite happy I decided to do that. I think Elodie will probably be able to completely undo the effects of that. We get a combo attack here, hitting it with a flash bow there. I think that's the first time I've actually seen the combo attack with a triple lunge, and it's a good time for it with that triple lunge getting so low in its uses. And yeah, sure enough, I bring everyone back up to full HP, so I'm going to have Elodie continue doing that. If the nuclear bomb drops, that's probably going to be enough to kill Elodie. I didn't see exactly how much damage it dealt last time, so it's not going to matter at all which weapon I decided to use on her turn, if that's what the Death Machine decides to do. But assuming that it just uses the laser, then I like that plan quite a lot. Just 80 damage from our Muse friend, but it's 80 damage I wouldn't have had otherwise, so I'm happy to have her along for the fight. My sort of 6th party member here. Oh, okay, we get a single targeting attack there, but it's still enough to take out Elodie. That's okay though, because everyone else is still standing, and I get a combo attack on Natsmer's turn, squeezing out a little bit more damage from her Magnum, but still a lot less than Father, for example, is dealing. He's definitely the MVP of this fight with his 600 never-missing damage every turn, and he's even dodging the attacks of the Death Machine. That's absolutely fantastic. We see quite a lot of damage there in Zenith's turn as well from his everly increasing triple lunge attack, down to just the final use. Actually, that was the final use, sorry, I was mistaken there. So yeah, that 300 some damage was the last strike of that weapon. We can go down to the flying knee kick, or I can continue working on the mountain storm. I think I'm going to work on the mountain storm here. Conserve those 10 flying knee kick uses. And let's switch to the beam rifle here with Natsmer. Just switch things up a little bit. That'll probably deal more damage, I'll see in a moment. And let's go. Oh, I probably could have considered healing with Father. Actually, no. Father can just heal next turn. He's faster. And I definitely want him to continue using that whip, since that's really the best damage source I have. Let's see how much the powered up Excalibur deals. 1,000! Okay, so if I get the Deus Cutter, that's actually more powerful than Father's Whip, but that's not reliable. Nor is that powered up laser attack, but I was quite happy to have that damage as well. That dealt 700. Yeah, definitely going to keep sticking that beam rifle to him. Alright, I am going to use the Staff of Healing on Father's turn, though, since I would prefer to keep my characters alive as long as possible, even if that means missing out on a Father's Whip attack. Using the Genocide again there, same single targeting attack that took down Elodie, takes out Zenith. Seems like a really inappropriate name, an inaccurate name for something that just kills a single character. The name would seem to imply that it would kill everyone, but I guess that's not the case here. Alright, we get a laser dealing some damage to everyone. Yeah, that beam rifle deals a lot more damage than the Magnum did. I'm not sure if that's just a facet of it like targeting a lesser defense or if it's really that much more powerful. Alright, and I guess we're gonna have to go back to healing with Father this turn since there was a laser that hit everyone on the Death Machine's previous turn. Ooh, and okay, no, that's fine. The Death Laser is actually what I want him to do. It ties up Father, but my other characters seem to be dealing quite a lot of damage themselves, so I think if Natsmer and oh, and there we go, we won. Okay, fantastic. We get a strength increase for Natsmer along with an agility increase. We get a ton of money and an evaluation from Ripsira. Fortunately, Elodie was not alive to the end of the fight to learn some high-level ability, but that's okay. I think I'm quite happy just getting this final relic. What is it? It is the Goddess's Heart. Yeah, this was just called Heart in the original game, and it's something that I'm very happy to have. Let's see. Wait, where is it? There it is. It's just in the middle of the list. The final relic. It can restore everyone, even the dead, to perfect health. So there you go. We've been waiting for it the entire game. It's a way of reviving fallen characters. And who do I give it to? Probably not Elodie, since she's the character most prone to dying herself. It's most likely to be used to restore her. I'm actually going to give it to Virtue for the time being. He's the survivalist of the group. And as you can see, there's a number 1 next to it. Assuming this retains its functionality from the original game, it can be used once per rest, basically. So it's similar to the cottage, really. It functions like an inn that you can use at any time. But okay, anyway, what was I doing here? Yeah, I was healing everyone. That's what I was going to do. Go over to Father here, use the Staff of Healing to bring everyone back up. But I guess I don't really need to do that because I'm probably going to be flying out of here now. Well, okay, I guess there's a door right here. Since we have that relic, I'm able to open this door. Yeah, I was talking about flying. So here's the interesting thing. I assumed that when I lost all of the relics to Apollo, that I would lose all of the abilities that went along with that. But that's clearly not the case, right? Like, if you take a look at the minimap, I can still see things on the minimap that I'm able to see because of map abilities I've gained. And furthermore, I was even using things like Stealth and Excavate in that dungeon. So, oddly, even though I no longer have the Angel Wings, I do still have Teleport. And so I was saying previously that I didn't have a convenient way of traveling between the worlds, but I do. I've had it all along. So I'm going to use this Teleport ability right now to go take care of some unfinished business in Port Town. You may remember a long time ago now that we met a Muse here, and I didn't know how to recruit her. And since then, I've become a cheating cheater, and I actually looked up how I need to go about recruiting the last 2 Muses, because I definitely wanted to get the 2 of them before the end of the game. So the first thing I'm actually going to need to do is drop off some items right now, because I remember from last time that my inventory is full. So let's hand a couple of things. Let's just hand these cottages over. I can pick them back up later. Just drop off these cottages with the warehousemen here. I think I only need to free up 2 slots here. I think that should be enough. And then I need to head back to that shop. You may have seen her standing there. Let's have a word with that Muse of ours. She says, "Welcome. May I take your order?" Yeah, so she works here, which gives you a hint at what you need to do. You actually just need to patronize this establishment. And I actually did some shopping here, I'm pretty sure, the first time I was here. But it wasn't enough. I need to buy more things. And I'm actually going to buy eye drops because they're the cheapest. So I'm going to buy these eye drops. I'm going to leave. I'm going to go back inside. I'm going to buy eye drops again. And I have now bought things from this store on 3 separate occasions. So when I leave, and re-enter. Now she's gone, and I can talk to this guy, and he refers to us as his good customer. We're clearly the clientele here now. It's regrettable, but that girl suddenly quit. Okay, so she bought a present and then returned to the sea. So now that we've triggered this like archaic set of circumstances, actually, or arcane, not archaic, but I'm actually gonna sell those, where are they? Those eye drops. I have no use for those eye drops, I was just buying them because they were cheap. But yeah, now that we've gone through that puzzle that I really didn't have the necessary information to solve, I would never have figured that out on my own. But now that I have worked my way through it, I'm gonna go under the sea, where we've been before, and I'm going to meet up with that muse again. So let's go take a splash. I love that sound effect. Alright, and here we are underwater, and as you can probably see a little bit on the map, there's an exclamation point over there at that dead end that I explored the very first time I was down here. And I was kind of confused that there was nothing over in this direction because it looks like there would be, and this is the reason why. This is where the muse goes. So we could have met her a long time ago when we first came to Port Town, and as such, this encounter that we're about to get into here against this eyeball-shaped monster is a level appropriate for the time that we would have first come to this world. And so this one should be an absolute breeze. It's actually just a single big eyeball. Okay, so I actually did test this once off camera, which is why I seem to know what's going on here. And when I did, there were like 8 big eyeballs, but now there's just 1, so it's even less frightening than it was before. So we should be able to wrap things up very, very quickly right now. We even have Father with us to make sure that nothing goes wrong. And sure enough, it doesn't. We get a tiny amount of Kira there, and of course Calliope's happy because we did do things in 1 round. Alright, so here we go. For saving her, we finally have recruited this Mermaid Muse. And so, once we go to the Garden of the Muses, we'll be able to meet up with her. And before we can recruit the final muse, I am actually going to have to go to the Garden of the Muses, because the final muse cannot be recruited until I've gotten every other muse. So in a second, I'll be meeting you up at the Garden of the Muses. Okay, so upon entering the Garden of the Muses, we're treated to this little scene with Calliope here. At last! I thought that all of us had gathered, but Urania isn't here. Where'd she go? Urania. Yeah, we haven't heard of her before, so there's 1 muse remaining, Urania. So, in order to get her, we're going to have to actually talk to all of the different muses here. That's what Calliope is going to tell us to do in a second, but because I'm a cheating cheater, I actually know what to do already. Calliope tells us that she'll be easy to visit when we're battling with many enemies. Perhaps, yeah, like I said, the other muses might know something about it, so there's another, an exclamation point suddenly on some of the other muses' doors, and I could go around and talk to each of them to get some hints, but since I already know what to do, let's just move along. Oh, but before I get too much further, that guy in Final Town told me that there was an excavation point here outside of Giant's Town, so let's excavate this and see what it is. I'm hoping that since it appeared so late in the game that it's going to be something really good. Let's find out. It is a blackbird. I'm not sure what that is. Let's check it out. Fortunately, I have inventory slots from those eye drops. Let's see, it's a gun, a giant gun that surpassed the limits of destructive power. Oh no, 1,225 power? That's incredible. Alright, I'm not even sure I want to equip that to Natsmer just yet. This seems like something I want to hold on to for a while. Anyway, our business with Urania is here in the world of the giants, and to trigger her appearing, we have to get into a battle with multiple groups of opponents. So let's see if I'm able to do that. And then once we're in such a battle, I need to use a Thread of Fate, and I believe that will be sufficient for triggering the encounter with the Muse Urania. But first, I have to get the attention of 2 groups of enemies, and there, I was able to do it. I've never actually wanted to get into one of these double battles before, so I wasn't really sure how to go about it, but it looks like I did it, and since these are Giants World enemies, I don't imagine that this will take long at all. Let's see, we'll use the Rune Axe with Zenith, assuming he gets a turn, but I'll just have Natsmer and Father do nothing since I'd prefer to conserve their items. No need to use up anything expendable. Ooh! And is that the Muse Urania? That's an odd-looking one. It doesn't even look like a person. All of the other muses looked like people, but that looked like an egg with wings, unless I was looking at that entirely wrong. Alright, so I'm guessing we're going to be having a talk with her after the battle, because she's already gone. But I'm excited. This is really interesting. I'm glad I got it on the first try, assuming that that's all I needed to do. Yeah, okay, there she is. This is Urania, apparently. Whoo! Whoopee! What is this thing? It's like, it doesn't even talk. doesn't look like a person. It's just some weird winged alien. We have a message from Calliope saying you should go back to the Muses world. How bizarre. I guess we never would have even recognized that this thing was a muse if Calliope hadn't told us that it would be here. So I guess it makes sense that we needed all of the muses' help in order to recruit her. So, now that I've got all of the muses, I guess the next order of business would be to gather up all of the presents I have for them and make another go at giving all those presents away to the muses. So give me a moment to get my shit together and let's do that. Okay, so off camera, I took each of the gifts for the muses that I had, and through trial and error, I determined who wanted each one of them. But before I do that, I noticed while cleaning out my inventory a little bit that I have this Hell Wheel that I obtained earlier. And now that Zenith has a free slot, let's go ahead and equip him with that new Taijutsu technique, the Hell Wheel, which deals Tech 12 damage, which is a lot bigger than the Tech 9 of his Mountain Storm and Tech 7 of the Flying Knee Kick, so this is by far his most powerful Taijutsu technique, but it is 40 uses left, so it'll be quite a while still before it gets all the way up to full power. And now, let's, oh yeah, another thing is these exclamation points on the minimap right here. I assumed that these were because muses were going to have scenes telling us how to go get Urania, but in fact that's not the case. It seems that while we were gone, some of the muses decided to start providing me with their assistance. Now, I was speculating before that they only did that once you gave them a certain number of items, but it seems that giving them items as presents increases their happiness, and so does giving positive evaluations from them. So just by giving positive evaluations from Uter enough times, she decided while we were out to begin assisting us. So by talking to her, I've now activated that, and I don't actually have any gifts for this particular muse, so we'll head out. But yeah, I'm really happy to be getting more assistance from more muses, because the couple of muses that I've seen appear in battle have really turned the tide for me. That star attack is not, like, super relevant, but definitely that wind attack that Calliope had that raised everyone in battle, that was really fantastic. So here we have Lio's Garden, which is a place that we haven't been before, and I have an item for her, the Foam Tiara, which I got right around the time that I would have been recruiting this muse if I had gotten her at the time the game intended, at the earliest opportunity. So yeah, I was kind of speculating when I found it that this is the muse it was for, and sure enough, that's the case. With a name like Foam Tiara, like, who else would it possibly belong to? Let's see, this is Calliope's garden. I have nothing new for her. Over here is Urania's garden, which is a place I haven't been to before. As you can see, it's a pretty lovely location, some bright reds and yellows, and a carpet that just leads off into, like, some black hole of the cosmos or something. This Urania character is so mysterious. Like, I'm sure that she came from space. And this is all she has to say. She just says, whoopee. No matter what item I've given her, she just replies the same way, too. She just says, whoopee. And I don't think that any of them were positive responses, since I did find a corresponding muse for each of the items I already had. Heading over here to Irato, I have a gold Obidome for her, and I'm pretty sure when I got that item, I said back then that I thought this was for Irato, and sure enough it is. And she's going to begin assisting the party, so I'm not sure that giving her this present is actually going to accomplish anything, but I'm sure she'll like it a lot more than I do. I just had it sitting around in the warehouse after all. I'm sure she'll get much more use out of that Obidome than I will. Heading over this way, let's see, is this is Repsira's place, and I actually have two presents for Repsira. One of them is the Crown of Thorns, which I speculated back when I got it belonged to her. Makes sense from the name. The other item I have for her is the Black Rose Preserves, which I actually figured would probably go to Thalia, but no, in fact, it's something that she wants. I guess she likes, like, rose-themed things in general, since roses also can have thorns. So we'll give her that Crown of Thorns and those Black Rose Preserves. Where are they at? She has a lot to say, that's okay. And here you go. And then we still have a Moonlight Nectar and a Peppermint Tea Leaf to give to the other muses. So I'll head over and do that. And before I forget, I wanted to mention that the translation, the English fan translation for SaGa 3, Shadow or Light, is out. This is kind of old news. It was actually released a few weeks ago, and I've been meaning to say it, but I keep forgetting. And since I have the opportunity now, let me mention that. So if you enjoyed this game, definitely go support that fan effort. I'm a really big fan of these fan translations of games that people wouldn't get to experience otherwise, and these are really great games. Like, I haven't played SaGa 3, the SaGa 3 DS remake yet, but I definitely plan to on the basis of how good this game is. It's a different fan translation team, but the game itself was developed by the same people that developed this one. And here we go with the Moonlight Nectar, and that's the final gift I have for the muses today. So I guess that's all I have to do. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you next time when I either go do Nasty Dungeon or proceed with the plot. Haven't really decided which I'm going to do yet, but either way, it's sure to be exciting. I will see you then.